What's going on, everyone? Yes, there's another toy review, and yes, the man that stands in front of you is the one and only G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Now, this figure here is a 1/6 scale figure. It is made between three companies: 1000 Toys, Hasbro, and Bait. Now, I must say, we know most of this design or most of this craftsmanship is through 1000 Toys, which is Sentinel. This figure is fucking sweet. So let me go ahead and show you what this figure has to offer, or maybe not so much. But as always, let's go ahead and look at a full 360 view starting off. So as for the look of Snake Eyes, 1000 Toys decided to give a Sentinel, not Sentinel, but gave a synthetic human kind of design, but as Snake Eyes. And when I first seen it, it was like, it's cool. It is what it is. It wasn't nothing like, oh my god, I gotta have it type mentality. But I started seeing more pictures, and it was only getting better. So I decided to, you know what, let me go ahead and pick one up. So I picked one up. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not the same until you own one. This damn thing is really nice. And I mean, this thing is really nice. Let me go ahead and focus on his arm so you can see his insignia. Really nice clean paint job. There's the helmet. I'm going to do my best to cover everything on this figure. It is a lot going on with him. Some things I won't be able to take off. I apologize because my editing program is not acting right, so I won't be able to have photos at the end. I will make photos on my Facebook toy page. So if you haven't seen that page or know nothing about that page, feel free to go to the main page on YouTube on my channel, and there's a link to the far right corner. You should see something on Facebook, like link, and then it'll take you to my page, my personal page, I think, and then you can follow that through the group page and find the actual toy page. So definitely take a look at that. I'll make sure I have photos up for them. Really, really nice design. Really dope. Okay. So full 360. As for height comparison, he's a little bit shorter than the Studio Sundowner figure, which I'll bring to give you a nice size. There we go. So he's just a smidget shorter. Not by much, but he is a little bit shorter. Alright. Let's go ahead and move him out of the way. And let me show you what good old Snake Eyes come with. Show. What the fuck? Sorry. Excuse some of my words due to the fact that I cannot hear out of my right ear. So it is actually messing with my speech. It's kind of messed up. Long story. But beyond all that, let me go ahead and get into these accessories. As for the first accessory you're going to receive, you're going to get Snake Eyes sword, just a simple clean black. You can see the insignia right there, gray screws, so forth. Really simplistic. You're going to receive his shoulder knife. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show this up a little bit close. Get the shoulder knife, nice and clean. Let's see if I can brighten this up for y'all. And what's cool about this, when you get it, this is going to be in his pouch already on the case, and I'll show you where it goes in a second. And you get this separate handle that will be inside his baggie of accessories. I kind of don't know why they made it separate, but it is separate. It is what it is. They kind of made it two parts, and then you create the knife by merging them together. So I don't know, maybe they thought about it last minute and put that on there or not, but I think they did it because when it's inside the holder, as a matter of fact, I'll show it to you real quick so you can see what I mean. When it's inside the holder like this, it looks kind of bulky in a way. So I think they wanted to go with a sleeker look. So they had it where you just put it in like this without the handle, and it definitely gives a more toned down look. So that could be the reason why they went that route. But that handle is for him to be able to hold his dagger, because without it, it'll just fall pretty much out of the hand. So you're going to get that accessory. You're going to get 2 grenades. They're going to already be on his belt when you get them, but they are removable. Let me go ahead and focus for y'all. Really nicely done. Has a pin. This can be removed. Just be careful. You don't want to do that because you don't want to lose the pin. But that is a very, very nice touch. Really nice design. Really dope. And the way that goes, move his arm to the side like so. Now I'll go ahead and focus for real quick for y'all. Alright, and pretty much you just drop it in place with that part facing out, and it slides in the pocket with ease. You're going to get 2 clips. Now the only thing with this, which was kind of odd, they gave you this nice accessory of having a clip involved. The bullets is unfortunately not colored like some toys where they actually color the bullets inside the clip casing. You don't really get that. The only thing that's kind of, it's a little thing they missed, or I kind of wish they did rather, on this clip holder, which is also really clean and nice. I'll show it to you one second. Like that, you're gonna get 2 clips. You just pretty much aim it downwards, push it down, and it stays in place. The clip cannot be placed into the gun that he received, which is this right here. It's just clips that just make him look like he has more accessories, because you cannot actually remove this out of the gun, which I was actually hoping it was removable, but it wasn't. So hey, it is what it is. I do like this design. This design in the gun looks really nice and sleek, looks really good. The black, even though it's jet black, it actually has a lot of contrast going on. Handle looks good, the barrel looks good, everything just works really well. Really like this. Now this actually has a home as well. Let me tilt this down a bit. And this goes on his thigh here into his holster. The holster almost reminds me of Judge Dredd holster on the art figures design. Kind of has that same easy storing style. So I really like it. Really nice and clean. You don't gotta worry about trying to fight with it to put the weapon away. It just works. It works great. So it goes in like that. You're also going to receive a total of 4 set of hands. And it's going to be for your right and left. No actual hand is designed solely for one arm. It's just going to be a right and left arm. And these are pretty much resculpted, same thing of the synthetic anti-carbs. So it's the exact same hand. The only difference is they put the little logo on the wrist that you see there. So you're going to get the relaxed hand. You're going to get the gun-toting hand. And it almost looked like they redid the paint job than their original release. Because when they showed it, it almost looked like it had the blue highlights in there. Kind of what the synthetic humans had, or the anti-carbs rather, and they made it jet black on this, so they actually fixed that problem. So these are just nice jet black hands. You're gonna get this fist here, really nicely sculpted as well, looks really good. And then you're going to get the hands that's on him, which is his sword hands, which just has a kind of a lighter grip. And to put the weapons in is really easy. You just pull back the fingers a tad bit and the weapon will slide directly in perfectly fine. So these are a harder plastic, but they're not so bad to the point that you can't get your weapon into the hand. It actually works really good. Now, outside of that, let's go ahead and look at the function of how this awesome figure works. So, dealing with articulation, you have the exact same body style as a synthetic human. The only difference is some things are hindered due to the fact that Snake Eyes armor is really tough, and it kind of prevents him from certain movements, which some of the biggest movements that the synthetic human had. But outside of that, the figure is just, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really happy with this. You get, tilt his head that far over, the pad on his neck kind of prevents it. You can look about that far down, about that far up, which is still nice. Like I said, the actual armor kind of prevents a lot of this stuff. His helmet can actually come off, which you hold the side of the ear like so. Pull the back part, that'll pop off like that. Now, be careful, you don't want to break nothing. He does have the same exact design as the synthetic human mask was. It's a peg at the chin, peg in the top of the skull. So what I would say is take it from the top like so and go ahead and push downwards, because that peg is actually easier to be removed out of the skull, which will reveal a creepy ass Snake Eyes face, which is pretty much the synthetic human face but just jet black with these bulging red markings around his eyes. Almost look like he's been up all day. He got no rest at all. Mouth can move. Pearly white teeth. Now when you take the helmet off, clearly he gets most of his mobility back. And the eyes are removable. You can actually make them look left and right and so forth. Kind of no purpose to move them, just due to the fact that most of the time, if you're like me, you're probably going to just have the helmet on because the helmet looks really badass. So you can move the eyes if you like, but you can't see the eyes, so it wouldn't really make a difference. Now going down to his shoulder area, arms can move that far forward, that far back. It's on a hinge slash ball joint. Well, not ball joint. It's on the hinge slash swivel, because you actually got them shoulder joints moving. So it actually gets you a nice amount of range. You can move it back and forth. You can fix the shoulder to go higher or lower. Okay, you can swivel at the bicep. Let me focus. Sorry about that. Double hinge in the elbow. You get full range on that. Works really good. You also get a peg slash swivel inside this, or hinge rather. You can swivel it all the way around, but you can't really use the hinge due to the fact the gauntlets kind of prevent that. But you can move it around. What I do like about their toy design, especially when it comes down to the pegs, they kind of remind me of the pegs that was on my Play Arts Kai Batman when I got them a long time ago. They're very large pegs, so you don't gotta worry about breaking it or damaging. There's nothing actually stopping you from forcing this out or into the hand. So I really like the fact that it's just a longer peg that's a lot larger, and that way you don't get no weak joint where you're just like flopping the hand around in circles, or you sitting there gotta apply heat just to get the damn hand on. Like, this works great, like really, really good. So just push that back on, real simple. Now on his gauntlet, which is nice, these are posable. They have 2 blades. Let's come all the way up, like so, which is also really nice. And what you can tell, you can actually move these individually. So that's really cool. What's also cool is that his gauntlets can be removed. He do look kind of funky when you remove them, so you probably won't be removing them off. The way they designed, they pinch around the seam of the arm. So this little seam you see right here is actually a smidget of plastic higher than the other half. So this just locks directly into it. Now, an easy way to get this off, the first time I did it, I just peeled back the clamps, pulled it off. Which you don't really want to do that too much because you don't want to apply too much pressure on the clamps. So what I did was remove the hand off and then literally put your finger back here and just push up or down, whatever which way you got the hand or the arm facing, and it'll just slide directly off and make your job a lot easier. So I'll probably say go about doing that if you want to remove the gauntlet. Now getting down to his waist, all of this is hindered. So none of this can actually function of the way of the synthetic human. I know you can take the chest piece off. I haven't done it yet, but you can remove it off because if you look under here, you got this buckle right there, and you just unclip it. Works like a real buckle on clothes. You just push them 2 tabs in, it comes apart, and you undo it, and that should be able to come off, and they'll give you some leeway. I do like the fact that this fabric runs all the way down, which I'll go ahead and pan down for you. It runs down to the pants leg. So it's the same material. Now this is where it gets really cool in design. I'll go ahead and bring this down a bit. And let's bring this up. Oh, give me 1 second. There we go. So coming out to the crotch area, you actually get your full range. No hinder whatsoever. Yeah. Whatsoever. You don't get no type of hinder at all. So you actually can do the splits practically. You can kick forward with them. You can kick slightly back with them. Now, he do have a buckle right here, which I think you can kind of make your weapons kind of maneuver around in different areas, which I think is really dope. Because clearly this buckle right here that's on his leg has no actual purpose because it's not attached to anything. So you can actually get kind of customizable and find some weapons either you got, you know, laying around, or other weapons you think that's dope, and just pretty much clip it on there if you like. So I think that's really cool. Over here by the leg, right below the crotch, does have his standard swivel on the thighs, which work really, really well. Coming down some more, you have double hinge knees. Really nice bend, really clean bend. What I do like, these are separate parts. This is held on by a a strap that can be undone as well, or tightened. So if you feel like it's just way too loose, just pull on this part right here, right there, and you can tighten it up and it won't be so loose on you. So that works really well. Now what's cool about this, if you notice, when you get further down to the leg, let me bring this up. You get further down to the leg, it turns into another material. So it's like a nylon. So it's actually stretchy. What's cool about this, it makes the design look sleek. You have the bagginess in his pants, but then you have that tight fit where his actual shin guard can slide over. I always thought of a design like this on other toys. So it's really cool just seeing them use this, because that just pretty much told me that that idea works really well, and it does. It looks really good. Going down to the foot, get about that much going up. You get large range going down. You can turn it left and right, full 360. You get the same design as the anti-carbs, where this can actually rotate at the heel and rotate at the foot. So you can actually get him to stand flat on the surface. I'll show you a quick. So like, let's say if you want to make him go kind of far out, there's nothing that's going to make you look like you're standing him unnatural. because you can move both parts to your liking, and he will actually hold that pose. So just to let you know that I'm not cheating. He's holding his own weight. He's good. So back to what I was saying about this figure. I have nothing wrong. I think this figure is utterly amazing. It's just a great purchase. I really do like it a lot. I like the design of it. I like the way it came out. One thing that you can fix yourself, or just go out and buy another strap, so that way you won't damage nothing. This right here, strap that's around his neck that holds his weapon, that definitely should have been longer. That was way too short, so it's really tight around his neck. So actually strapping his sword onto his back is kind of a pain. It's probably the only thing, and I'm not saying that it's pain like you can't do it. I'm just saying that it kind of moves around a lot. It doesn't really have a solid home on how it holds. So if you look on his back here, this is the strap that holds the sword. You kind of just got to mess with it to your liking till you get what you want out of it. But other than that, like I said, I'm really happy with this. I'm actually so happy with this where I wasn't really into the Storm Shadow that they showed, just because the Storm Shadow looks pretty. He looks really what's the word? He looks kind of empty compared to the Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes looks so hefty and it has so much going on. So looking at that Storm Shadow, now granted, Storm Shadow always was, you know, less armor than Snake Eyes, but I think if they would either padded the clothes or even give him just a little bit more oomph to him, that way it can balance out pretty well. But after having this in hand, I'm kind of looking forward to Storm Shadow. Only thing I hope they do with Storm Shadow, which I said this and it was ironic, someone else felt the same way. I hope they actually change the glove color, because currently right now Storm Shadow is all white with these big black gloves. So I hope they actually change that to some white gloves just to make it fit his suit a lot better, or some type of other color than just black. But like I said, this figure really make me want that Storm Shadow, because just how nice this is. This is a lot heavier than your synthetic humans, so this actually has some weight to it. Maybe because of the armor, I don't know, but it does have some weight. Like when I got it, the box actually had weight, which I knew something was out of the norm. So I really suggest, if you like anything about G.I. Joe, if you're any type of fan of Snake Eyes, trust me, you get this, you will not regret it. This is an amazing figure. Definitely amazing figure.